Hey, Shalom, Markin, Silkama Kapashim from GMS London. Giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Chachwadash. We want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the hopeful that's pushing his truth in all sincerity. Back again with another video. I was watching, the apostles camp video over the weekend, and get a guy over there, discoursing with them, going back and forth. He seemed, you know, they had read a few things, and he knew a few things about certain things, or what he thought he knew about certain things, and and Elder Apostle, I think Elder Apostle Gabar, he said, he mentioned or quoted a scripture, which is one I got here on the screen, from Sirach chapter 19 verse 22. The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, neither at any time the counsel of sinners prudence. Right. So a guy can seem or believe that he's educated, or he's put himself on some type of level that he knows more than the average person, and this makes him intelligent in his own eyes, because he's read this, or he's studied this, or whatever the case may be, that other people haven't bothered look into. So they think they're on some deep level, but just because you read about a certain thing doesn't mean it's true. It doesn't mean it's true, and doesn't mean the things you read were accurate. Might be partially true. Because certain things in this world, you're never really gonna get to the bottom of certain things, right? Right. You have to take a lot of it based on that author, whoever the source is. You're gonna have to take a bit of faith in believing what that person is saying, right? That you're reading, right? And you can say it's the same with the scriptures, because it is. It's all about faith, right? But none of these books, like the apostles mentioned, none of these books contain prophecy, right? They're just accounts of certain things, and may or may not be accurate, whatever the case may be. But they were going back and forth with different things, and there's a lot of guys out there that believe they're well read, and they think they know better, know more than you, or whatever the case may be. But at the same time, they don't. One of the books they don't understand is the scriptures. They just don't. Right? Out of all the books they've read, they've never read or understood the scriptures, and that's because the scriptures is a special book. You can't just read that book and just understand it, right? The only way you get understanding from the scriptures is if the Lord is dealing with you, right? If the Lord has put the Spirit upon you, or given you the Spirit to understand the words in this book, right, and to believe in the words of this book, right, which trumps all other books, with whatever knowledge that they're trying to bring. This book trumps all of that, right? And like I said, you might say to us, well, you can't verify all these things that are written in the scriptures and that kind of stuff. Yeah, there's certain things we can't. It's true, but through the Spirit, we know these things to be true. And the evidence of that will come in the end as these prophecies are fulfilled. Because I said this book is different from other books, but it has prophecy, right? Prophecy that is coming to pass before our eyes, and is leading to the kingdom of heaven, right, and the Lord's return. So when all these things manifest in its time, okay, it's gonna be known, or well known across the earth, that this book is the word of the Lord, right? And all that other stuff that you read, it don't mean shit in reality. All right. But yeah, I'm gonna read this again. Sirach 19:22. The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, neither at any time the counsel of sinners prudence. Right? There is a wickedness and the same and abomination, and there's a fool wanting wisdom. Right? Everybody wants to seem smart, man. Right? But you might be just a fool. Right? Simple believer of every word. Maybe just a fool. You just you've not digested. You've absorbed everything that you've come across, that you ever read, believing it to be true, and you can spout out all these so-called facts and these informations that you've read and that kind of stuff, but it might probably doesn't mean anything in the end. It makes you sound like you're smart, but if you don't survive, at the end of days, and you know, follow the word of the Lord. How smart was you really? You know, there's something similar. It's written that I think it's to do with idol worship. And they search out all these things, but they couldn't come to the knowledge of the Heavenly Father, something like that. I'm not sure if I'm able to find it. Let's see if I can do a quick search. How's it worded? Pretty sure it's near Apocrypha. Oh, I think it's this. Alright, let's have a look quickly. Yeah, it's going into the making of idols, right? Because man could put all this work into creating, graven images and making it look nice and all this kind of stuff and doing this and that, right? Doing all this extra shit, right? But it goes on to say, I'll start from verse 4 here, right? It says, Wisdom of Solomon 13:4. But if they were astonished at their power and virtue, let them understand by them how much mighty he is that made them, right? These guys worshipping all kinds of things, animals and elements and stars and all kinds of things, the moon, the sun, right? For by the greatness and beauty of the creatures, proportionally the maker of them is seen, right? It's the Most High is behind it all. He's the creator of all of them, right? But yet, for this they are less. For this they are the less to be blamed. For they are peradventure seeking God and desirous to find Him, right? You people are trying to find knowledge, trying to get knowledge, right? There's nothing wrong with that, but we have to balance it off with what is in the scriptures. The scripture has to be the center point, the anchor point to all knowledge that you know. The scriptures have to kind of verify those types of things. All right. So for being conversant in these works, they search Him diligently and believe their sight. Right. Like I said, these guys believe everything that they've read, right? Because these things are beautiful that are seen. It seems legit, right? It says, "How be it, neither are they to be pardoned." So you're not going to be excused. Right, so if they were able to know so much, he's going into all these books and learning this and learning that, right? If they were able to know so much that they could aim at the world, how did they not sooner find? How did they not sooner find out the Lord thereof, right? But you didn't come to understand the Heavenly Father and His word. You didn't come to understand that. You didn't. You didn't get it, man. Right? So, but miserable are they, and in dead things is their hope. All this knowledge ain't gonna mean shit at the end of the day, right? Who call them gods, which are the work of men's hand, gold and silver. These are just the works of men. Okay, these other books, this other knowledge, is just knowledge of men, of the flesh, right? Which are the works of men's hand, gold and silver, to shoot art in, and resemblances of beasts and of stone, good for nothing, the work of an ancient hand, right? So, like I said, this is going into idols, but you can apply it to the knowledge of this world that people seek after, man, thinking it makes them wise, thinking it makes them knowledgeable, makes them smart, right? All this stuff isn't going to mean anything. It doesn't matter how many books you read, right? If you don't understand the word of the Lord and the Lord is not dealing with you, okay, you're not going to make it, man. Okay, you put your trust in vanity, okay, ultimately, right? So, let's go 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15. It says, study to shew thyself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not to be shamed, rightly dividing the word of truth, right? We have to rightly divide the word of truth. Not everything that we stumble across, that we read, is the truth, right? Like I said, a lot of things, they're going to have part truths in it. A lot of these books, you might read on a particular topic or subject or whatever. Yeah, there might be some truth in there, right? But it's not going to be all truth. We have to be able to rightly balance it off with the scriptures, because there's no other way to verify it. There's no way to verify the information. Everything we taught in school, none of us verify that. We're just told that this is what it means. You're getting taught it. You know what I mean? and there's no real questioning on it because you don't know shit. So you're just accepting, your child is like a sponge, and you're just taking the information in, but you don't really get to question, the source of it. You say, oh yeah, well this scientist or this person writ this, and he's legitimate, he's well respected, and that's as far as it goes, man. You have to take the man's word for it. you know. But when you contend these things, this is why people start getting upset, because it goes against the status quo of what this world is used to. They don't like being challenged, right? We're just supposed to accept that these small hats, for instance, are the Israelites, or they call themselves JOOs, but we're just meant to accept that. No one's contending that. No one's contesting. No one's trying to get any proof that they are, right? When we challenge it and we say we're the Israelites, now they want all they want all the evidences. You know what I mean? We're just talking shit. Well, these guys have been talking shit for the longest. Ain't no one asked for their credentials and proof of this and proof of that. We're just told that that's what they are, and the world has to accept them. That's who they are, and anything else is hate speech. You know what I'm saying? So this world has a status quo that it defends, and when you challenge it, man, they don't like that. Is Isaiah chapter 4 verse 16. It says, seek ye out of the book of the Lord. Right? This is the main book that you need to be concerned about. We're trying to get the understanding of this book. Right? And read, no one of these shall fail. These other books, these other things you've put trust in, and these knowledge of these different books, they're going to fail you, man. They ain't going to mean a damn. Okay, when judgment comes, it says, none shall want her mate. You're not going to pair it up with something, that's of equal, but he hasn't got an equal. Yeah, none of these other religious texts or whatever, they're not the equal of the Lord's book. But the Bible, it's not, right? The Quran doesn't have prophecies. The Quran doesn't know what the hell's going on, man. It's lost. Buddha, all these things, like they don't speak about prophecies, right? This world is not being controlled by these so-called other deities, these idols. They're not being controlled by their word. It's all the word of the Heavenly Father that's controlling this world, right? It says, none shall want her mate, for my mouth it have commanded, and his spirit it have gathered them, right? And this is why we have a compilation of books now known as the Bible, the book, the holy book, all right? It's a compilation of books, right? So it's been gathered together and brought into one place, right? And he cast the lot for them, and his hand have divided them unto them by line, and they shall possess it forever, from generation to generation. They shall dwell therein. Right, so the Lord gathered his word together, okay, for us to read, right? And this is the book we're supposed to be seeking for understanding, to know what is going on in the world and how it's all going to end, man. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 12. It says, further, by these, my son, be admonished of making many books. There is no end, right? There's tons of books in the world. Tons and tons of books in the world, right? Not all of them are useful in the sense that they're going to be helpful to you when the Lord brings judgment, right? Most of them are going to be useless. There's only one book really that needs to be concerned. There's only real, and it's going to say one message that really needs to be made clear, right? As he goes on to say, it says, be admonished of making many books, there is no end, and much study is a weariness of the flesh. Yeah, going through these books, you can't. There's not enough time to go read all these books. You want to get all this knowledge and that, but like I said, it might not even all be true. Right? There's only one book you really need to be concerned about, and it's these scriptures. Right? So verse 13 says, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. This is what you really need to know. This book, right, and understand this, right? Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High, Yahweh, and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Okay, that's the only real thing you need to be concerned about in this place. Right? Everything else is extra, like what do they call that, man? It's additional information that you can use, you could bring out. And there's nothing wrong with learning new things, obviously, different informations or whatever you bring out. It can further enhance the scriptures, that's fine. That's all good. you know. But just beware, like just just because you know this and that and all these different things, don't mean it's gonna help. It's not gonna don't mean it's gonna save you, right? People like to bask in their foreseeing wisdom because they've read so much and they believe they're on a higher intellect level than everybody else. Just because they read like 1,000 books or some shit. You know, I've read the history about this. I've read how this works, and then you know people just get gassed because they've read a lot of things. They think they're super intelligent, and that you're just dumb. You know, oh, but you already know the scriptures. Well, I'd rather just know the scriptures than know 1,000 books of something else, right? Because them books ain't gonna fucking help you. You know. This is Ecclesiasticus or Sirach chapter 3 verse 19. It says, many are in a high place, right, and of renown, right? So you put these scholars, and you put these scientists or whatever, these people that are held in high esteem for their works and their knowledge and all this kind of stuff, right? You know, even you had what's his name, Stephen Hawkins, man. That was, what disease? Yeah, some autoimmune disease, I think it was. What was it called, man? But anyway, he was stricken to a chair, couldn't talk. He was all fucked up and shit, talking for a computer, right? And he's supposed to be one of the smartest minds in the world at the time, right? And he comes to the conclusion that there is no God, right? Well, God fucked you up, man, you know, and your hubris, or he took you out of the game eventually, but you know, and that's just the hubris of the people that I think they're super intelligent, man. That you know, pseudo intellectuals, but these guys are revered as some of the smartest people in the world, you know. But what do they really know then? I say you know all this stuff, you can do all this stuff, but you couldn't come to the conclusion that the Most High is behind all this. Most High is real. You couldn't come to that conclusion because you refuse to believe it. You refuse because, hey, you know, these men are not given the spirit to believe. They're meant to be deceived. You know. So the Lord said He made the. Let me just grab it. I can't think exactly what I want to say right now. Right. Wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High. Actually, I might as well read both of these. All right, it's 1 Corinthians chapter 3 verse 18. So let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, right? Because you know you read a lot of fucking books, studied or whatever, different things. You think you're smart, right? You think you're wise, right? It says, let him become a fool, that he may be wise. Because you got to really forget that stuff, man. If you want to become wise, you really got to forget that stuff and learn again. Okay, build up because your base is weak. You know, your foundations is weak, right? And you need to build a new foundation, and it starts with this truth, and then you build upon the scriptures, right? Rightly dividing the word of truth, right? You have to start again with the building. Verse 19: for the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God. For it is written, He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, right? Because the Most High has made them proud, so they can't see beyond, you know, their own ego and arrogance, man. Right? What the truth is. So again, the Lord knoweth the thoughts of the wise, and they are vain. Right? Let me grab the other one as well. 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse. Read from verse 18, right? So for the preaching of the cross is to them, you know, the people in the world, to them that perish foolishness, but unto us which are saved it is the power of the Most High Yahweh. For it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise, right? And I will bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent. You know, these guys that read 1,000 books, well, they're prudent men. You know what I'm saying? You know, they put a lot of time in trying to find out different things. Okay, what like I said, one thing they never found out is about the scriptures. You know, verse 20 says, where is the wise? Where is the scribe? Where is the disputer of this world? Have not God made foolish the wisdom of this world? Right? So you can believe that you're hyper intelligent and all this kind of stuff because you've done all this research and whatever. But I say if you ain't got understanding of scriptures, man, you're really just a fool. You know, and I say we could know just this one book, and that one book would be enough. You know, to certify us as wise. You know, because that's the whole duty, man, to fear the Most High, right? And if you can't do that, you got all this other knowledge, man. You're really the fool at the end of the day, because it's not going to save you, right? Verse 21, for after that, in the wisdom of God, the world by wisdom knew not God, right? Because they believed that their wisdom to be, well, their wisdom is absent of the Most High. They don't believe the Most High is behind these things that exist, because they can't see Him, all right? They can't find the proof physically that it exists, even though realistically it's all around us, but they can't see it. They're blinded, right? So they come to other surmisings, other conclusions. The Most High does not exist, and this world is just theirs to do whatever they want with. But anyway, this is for after that, in the wisdom of God, the world by wisdom knew not God. It pleased God by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe. Right, and so we're out there on the highways and byways, teaching and preaching and that, and it looks stupid to you guys. It's like, what the hell? Why the hell, they doing all that? Calling us, ignorant, unlearned idiots, uneducated men. You know what I mean? That you got no ratings for us whatsoever. You just think we're just like scum of the earth, and we're the worst of the bunch. Because we come with a particular message. That. Like I said, they made no account of our labors, man. They don't respect us and what we're doing, what we believe in. All right, it seems foolishness unto them. So they feel that they have the upper hand and they can ridicule and they can do all these things. But at the end of the day, we're gonna have the last laugh. All right. This is for the Jews require a sign and the Greeks seek after wisdom, but we preach Yahushua crucified unto the Jews a stumbling block and unto the Greeks foolishness. But unto them which are called, both Jews and Greeks, okay, which are both Israelites, right? Yahushua, the power of God and the wisdom of God, because the foolishness of God is wiser than men, and the weakness of God is stronger than men. For if ye see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, after this world, based on carnal knowledge, right? And not many mighty, not many noble are called, right? And there's a reason for that, right? But God have chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise, right? This truth that we hold is it seems so unlikely in the world that we live in, that we could ever be anything more than just niggas on the street, right? That we could ever be anything more than that, right? It seems crazy, right? And that the fact that we could actually be right is crazy to you guys out there that hear this, right? But this is how the Most High likes it, right? He's gonna really upset things in this world, like there's big fights, and one guy is just gonna get supposed to get smashed out the park, but he causes an upset. No one gave him no chance. They writ him off. That's us in this world. We're written off. We're written off as madmen, But when it when it happens, everyone's gonna be in shock. Everyone's gonna be in shock, right? But the Most High already told you this. Right? It says, but God have chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. And God have chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. Right? There's so many billions of people that disagree with us. The world is the strong. And they have the means to enforce what they want to enforce upon us. We have no power or control over anything. We're really at the mercy of the things around us, man. The Esau system. We ain't got no power. All right. So it seems unlikely that we could do anything against this place, really. Even though they like to blame us for certain things when they feel like it. But really, we have no power, no influence, really, like that. Right? We're just relying upon the Lord to return and basically destroy this place for us and set us up. It says in verse 28, and the base things of the world and things which are despised have God chosen. Again, we're the scum of the earth to you guys, man. We're the worst of the bunch. So, but God have chosen us, right? And things which are not, to bring to naught things that are, that no flesh should glory in his presence. Right? No one can say that it was through their own might and through their own power that they did it. Okay, we fully understand that we are completely reliant on Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai for us to be able to do anything. For us to be saved, for us to have a kingdom, for us to resist this power, right, that we keep talking about. Right? We can't do that of our own. We can't bring down our enemies of our own. We know we're wholly reliant on Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Right? So there should be no glory in us, man. That's why, we should all be humble. None of us are great in that respect. None of us is single-handedly doing anything, that's affecting anything, man. It's the word of the Lord that's doing all the work, really. We're just tools, man. Tools that the Most High have blessed with this knowledge, and have had, has decided to, he chose to have mercy on, man, Lord willing, if we be part of the elect. Right? That's all we are. This is verse 30, but of him are ye in Yahweh Shai Mashiach, who of God is made unto us wisdom. The knowledge of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is wisdom. And again, that wisdom trumps all kinds of wisdom that exists in this world. Whether it be real or not real, true or not true. This wisdom trumps all of that wisdom, right? And righteousness and sanctification and redemption. That according as it is written, he that glorieth, let him glory in the Lord. Right? So we're not out here trying to boast our own brain power, our own intellect, because we know so much stuff, we've read so much books, right? All that's irrelevant, right? The only thing we boast in is Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai and his word. It's the only thing we boast in. And we're going to glory in the Lord. But a lot of guys that like to profess all this knowledge that they assume they have, make themselves sound good, innit? Did I finish this? Did I read it? It's the Sirach chapter 3 verse 19. It says, many are in a high place and of renown, but mysteries, secrets, things that are not easily found out. That's what mystery is. Things that's not well known. Okay, things that are hid from the majority of people. Right? But mysteries are revealed unto the meek, the humble, the ones that are glorying in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. It says, for the power of the Lord is great, and he is honored of the lowly. Seek not out things that are too hard for thee. Right? Some people just, they're doing too much, right? Neither search at the things that are above thy strength. But what is commanded thee, think thereupon with reverence. For it is not needful for thee to see with thine eyes the things that are in secret. And this is what everybody wants. They want the evidences. They want the proofs, right, of certain things. You're not going to receive them, right? Because how would this be about faith then? If the Most High just revealed it, just manifested everything for everybody to see, how would it be based on faith then? All of it would be apparent, wouldn't it? All of it would be evident, right? No, the Lord is testing people's faith, right? The Lord is chosen and elect men to, trial their faith, man. And it's not for everybody. The rest of these people are going to remain blinded until they're blinded by the lights of the missiles. They're going to remain blinded until the time comes. So all these things are in secret, and the secret is not evident, right? And so if in this carnal world, if you haven't got evidence, man, it's not true. Just because you don't know it's true yet doesn't make it not true. All right. Verse 23, be not curious in unnecessary matters, right? And even Jake in his truth, or that know the Israelites and these different camps, or whatever, they go into things that they just don't need to go into, man. They're not being bugged out. We need to concentrate on things that pertain to salvation. Okay, but these man, they want it to be too deep because they want to seem intelligent. They want to seem like they're on a higher level than everybody else. They want to appear like the Most High is really deal with them because they're so deep. People that get too deep get drowned. You're not seasoned or you're not ready for that level of deepness. You're gonna get drowned, man. Right? And that's why it's better just to stick to the basics, man. If it's Because being deep can be troublesome to certain individuals, man, that are just not ready for it. You know, get your foundation straight. You know, build up that strong base. You know, before trying to fucking jump into the deep end, man, trying to wrestle with shit you don't understand. You know, yes, it says, be not curious in unnecessary matters, for more things are shewed unto thee than men understand. Now, there's things that you sit there questioning about. There's things that, we think about sometimes, you kind of meditate on, but it's like you can't know. Certain things are not written in the scriptures for us to know. So you sit there and think about it, but it's like, well, you speak and you think as a man. It's like you theorize shit. Like, we don't know. You won't know until the kingdom comes in it. So but ain't nothing wrong with that. Just don't get too involved in that, man. Don't get fucking bent out of shape by thinking deep thoughts, man. Just leave it alone. You know what I mean? Leave it alone. You can only speculate on certain things, man. But don't be bugged out by it, man. Just do your job, man. Do what you're supposed to be doing. Stick to the words. Stick to teaching the pure doctrine. All that other stuff that you got floating around in your back of your head or whatever, man. Just leave it there. Just leave it there. And wait to be confirmed in the kingdom. For many are deceived by their own vain opinion. And it's just opinions. A lot of these people are rolling around with opinions, man. They believe that they're coming with facts or whatever, but they're just opinions of somebody else, and they're just regurgitating, or their own conclusions on certain things. It's just a vain opinion, because you don't know for sure. You don't know the truth. You don't know for 100% facts that what you're saying is right. Right, but your conclusions has led you to believe. Your opinions led you to believe that what you're saying is correct. It may not be, and most likely isn't. So yeah, so for many are deceived by their own vain opinion. So the guy read all this stuff, right? These books and that. It's just a vain opinion at the end of the day. And then evil suspicion have overthrown their judgment. So without eyes they shall want light, knowledge, understanding, right? But they're blind, right? Profess not knowledge, therefore, that thou hast not, right? Don't profess something you don't actually understand. Trying to sound deep. You didn't know, right? He mentioned that as Columbus was Italian, and I just had to correct him, man. I think he's Spanish. He's a Spaniard, But he felt sure. He felt sure, right? I'm sure a lot of other people do feel sure that he's Italian too. But he isn't. So you can read a whole bunch of things, man. It doesn't mean it's true or it's 100% accurate or whatever the case may be, right? You really just be careful what you decide to put out there. Verse 26: a stubborn heart shall fare evil at the last. Right? People that is stuck in their ways, man, don't want to receive rebuke or look into anything or whatever the case may be, right? Shall fare evil at the last, and he that loveth danger shall perish therein. All right, that's what I really wanted to get. It's Proverbs chapter 14, verse 12. So there is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death, right? So you can have your opinions and whatever, but is it correct? This is what you need to really question, man. Is it correct? We're gonna find out, isn't it? You're gonna see if all this information you gathered up and collated into your head is gonna be useful to you. Okay, in the end. All right, it's Matthew chapter 16 and verse 17, right? Because like I mentioned earlier, right, you can read all these books, man, but the Lord, or you can even read the scriptures, but if the Lord is not dealing with you, to understand these things, man, right, none of this is gonna really matter. The Lord has to be dealing with you. Okay, things are revealed in the spirit, what the truth is. And like I said, some of this stuff can't be verified. But you have to be given the spirit to believe, to have faith in the spirit and in the word of the Lord, right? This is Matthew 16, verse 17. And Yahweh shall answer and said unto them, blessed art thou, Simon Bar Jonah. Let me read up actually, man. Verse 13. When Yahweh came into the coast of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, saying, who do men say that I the Son of Man, am? And they said, some said that thou art John the Baptist, some Elias, and others Jeremiah, or one of the prophets. He saith unto them, but whom say ye that I am? And Simon Peter answered and said, thou art the anointed, right? The Son of the living God. And Yahushua answered and said unto him, blessed art thou, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood, right? The carnal, the conventional wisdom of the world didn't reveal that to him. Okay, Simon didn't ask for records. He didn't sit there and spy on the Lord's beginning. He wasn't around there to watch him, to see him, and he saw the angel come to Mary and tell him that this and that. But Simon or Peter wasn't witness to any of that stuff. He had no evidences or proof that the Lord was who he said he was. Right? But it's through the Spirit that revealed it unto Peter who the Lord was. Right? And this is what Yahushua said. It says, blessed art thou, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood have not revealed it unto thee, but my Father which is in heaven. Okay, which is through the Spirit. Right? The Lord, the Most High, allowed Peter to believe, to unlock that in his mind, man, to accept that. Right? It wasn't revealed by carnal and conventional means. Because there was no evidence that the Lord was the Messiah. There's no evidence of that. Yeah, you could say, well, he was born of Joseph and Mary, so he's a Judite. But that is it. That's what you probably say. There's thousands of other Judites out there that could, fit that bill. But who was Yahushua? Peter knew. Peter knew he wasn't just another prophet. He knew that. How did he know that? Through the Spirit. I'm going to close out with this. It's from 1 Corinthians chapter 2. I'm going to read from verse 10, right? It says, but God have revealed them unto us by his Spirit. Right? A lot of things are not going to be revealed, through conventional means, man. From reading a book or, whatever the case may be. Right? It says, for the Spirit searcheth all things. The Spirit knows all things. Because it's the Most High Spirit, right? So yea, the deep things of God. Right? So all these secrets that we have, all these things that we say that can't be proven as of this moment in time, they're all given to us in the Spirit. It's not, through the belief in this word. Right? But other than this book, there's a lot of things we can prove outside of this book. Because there's no other accounts or whatever the case may be. There's not much sources out there for that. So we have to believe in this word. Right? And it's the Spirit that allows us to believe these things. All right? It says, for what man knoweth the things of a man, save the spirit of man which is in him? Even so, the things of God knoweth no man, but the Spirit of God. Okay? So now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the Spirit which is of God, that we might know the things that are freely given to us of God. Okay? So this is how it really works. Right? So which things also we speak, not in the words which man's wisdom teacheth, conventional wisdom. And that's not to say that all conventional wisdom isn't is all bad. It's not. It's just what matters ultimately in the end. What wisdom really matters in the end. The ultimate wisdom is the wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai and their word, man. To fear the Most High. That is the ultimate wisdom. And you can have all other types of wisdom, but if you haven't got that one, the other wisdom is not going to matter. Because the other wisdom doesn't have a foundation, or doesn't have a strong foundation. You could be a fucking survival specialist, man, thinking that you're gonna survive the fucking apocalypse. And that, although that may sound, seems sound in a time like that, really your survival is based on whether or not the Lord wants you to live or not. And if the Lord ain't with you, man, you're gonna die surely. So, the only wisdom to have is of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai and his word. Believe in that word, man. If you haven't got that, man, you're not in a good place when shit goes bad, Verse 13, which things also we speak, not in the words of which man's wisdom teacheth, but which the Holy Ghost teacheth, comparing spiritual things with spiritual. Right? And like I said, that has to come through the Spirit to be able to do that, to have understanding in this word, for the Lord to, to give you understanding of this word, right? To be able to do those things. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of God, for they are foolish unto him. Okay, we read about that, because these people trust in conventional wisdom, or the wisdom of this world, right? But they are foolish unto him, neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned. They're without the Spirit, so they can't see these things. They can't compare the things that we compare. Through the Spirit, they can't do it. They're too carnal. Okay, they're missing the element of faith, and so they can't process these certain things. And we sound mad to them, and you sound sad to us, because you're without God in the world, man. But yeah, we sound mad. You sound mad to them, because we put our trust in things that you can't necessarily see or can't necessarily prove at this moment in time. But we're waiting for the proof to manifest itself, man. It's just a game of patience, waiting it out. Everyone's going to see eventually, and we're going to see who's right. All right. Verse 15, but he that is spiritual judgeth all things, yet he himself is judged of no man. For who have known the mind of the Lord, that he may instruct him? But we have the mind of Yahushai. All right. So, I'm going to end it there. Lord, witness has been edifying. And I'll catch you brothers and sisters on the next video. So next time I say shalom.